Hey everybody, so what is myofascial release? Well, MFR is an innovative physical therapy that has been practiced in its modern form since about the 1960s. Not well understood, it's only found popularity within the last decade or so, and it's become more heavily researched. Practitioners of physical therapy in general are constantly in motion, always looking for ways to stay ahead of pain and debilitating injury. John Barrett's myofascial release is one of the few techniques that have become better understood by slowing down and taking this research back to its roost. First, let's explore what fascia really is and what part it plays in a body. Fascia is a thin layer of connective tissue that lies between your skin and muscle, extending all the way down to the cellular level of the body. It covers each organ, bone, and all the structures that make us whole. The entirety of the fascia is called the fascial system, and it's often referred to as the straitjacket when restrictions exist. This epithet is derived from the fact that there is not a square inch of your body that does not have an overlay of fascial tissue, effectively binding you to your body. In short, from the top of your head all the way to the bottom of your heel, fascia covers your entire being. My personal favorite analogy when explaining fascia is that of an orange. When we peel an orange, it easily separates into slices that are divided by a sturdy, transparent tissue. That tissue in the orange sections is similar to the fascia under your skin. The slices of oranges are held together under the thick outer skin by a thinner, white layer of pith, which is analogous to the superficial fascial layers that run throughout our bodies. In the very center of the orange, there is a long, white center that keeps the orange connected and intact until it's pulled off or the slices are physically separated. That center connector is much like the deeper fascial layer beneath our skin. These deeper fascial layers both hold our individual muscles and organs apart from one another, yet simultaneously hold them together in the same layer underneath the skin. This extensive tissue serves multiple important functions, including the stabilization and connection of your various muscles and tissue. So if you were to peek beneath your skin, you would see it working constantly to keep you moving and functioning. Fascia isn't well understood though and greatly unstudied until recently though. We now know that it is actually the largest organ in our body, surpassing even our skin. Because of the overreaching nature of your fascial system, when damage occurs, right, there is a long string of consequences throughout your many other systems. So this damage, when sustained, is much harder to remedy because of the static state of the tissue. So no amount of stretching, heating, icing, or exercise, basically basic PT, will lessen the pain that stems from fascial damage because those conventional methods of pain alleviation don't address the source of the injury. Because of this, it can be the cause of chronic pain and just temporary symptom relief. Your fascia contains a pattern of tension that can be unknowingly adjusted based on poor circulation, posture, tight or restrictive clothing, surgeries, scar tissue, acute injuries, and more. And the fascia can bunch up when an adjustment occurs in specific locations in the body. So when this happens, the layers of fascia are no longer uniform, and instead they can form knots similar to those in a piece of lumber or wood. These knots eventually restrict motion and can render certain movements impossible after not being treated properly. When fascia becomes unhealthy, it can feel hot, hard, or tender and rigid. It doesn't move smoothly and the tissue is no longer pliable. Dehydrated, the tissues no longer glide along each other easily and it becomes more like beef jerky, immobile and stiff. If this sounds like you at all, any of the things that you might be feeling, if your tissue feels stiff, hot, hard, rubbery, tender, leathery, it likely is due to your fascial restrictions, which cover you from head to toe, and a restriction up here in the shoulder can be stemming pain all the way down to the pelvis and the pelvic floor even. So in case I didn't mention, I'm Dr. Jess, owner of Arancia Physical Therapy right here in Cranston, Rhode Island, and stay tuned for the next episode of Fascia and Why It Matters. Bye for now.